Hello TCG enthusiasts, and welcome to another box opening or double box opening as we open two of the new TCG Neopets Battledome Defenders of Neopia. So, little history. This is a Neopets TCG. Interesting. I actually didn't know this was a thing until Gen Con. The Gen Con free lanyard actually was selling this, and Upper Deck at the event was selling this and teaching the game and all of that. I, of course, just got into it because my local store, Brownsburg Community LLC, which I will put a link down to it in the comments for the Facebook page, where you can find all the information, follow it, and all of that, as well as get to the main page and all of that, the Discord and all of that, was selling these, and I was kind of actually interested exactly what this game is, and then I looked on the internet, and it's basically card gaming and dice rolling. So it's tabletop miniature dice rolling with card gaming, and you know, I was intrigued. I was intrigued as a tabletop hobbyist as well as a TCG hobbyist. How could I go wrong with RNGesus card gaming with RNGesus dice rolling? We're just making the RNGesus Bible over here with this game. But yeah, and not mentioning, I think I did grow up with Neopets. I don't think I was too much into it. I think I remember opening packs of the original Neopets card game. I think my grandmother got them for me when we would go to like Walmart and stuff like that when I was spending time over weekends with her, and of course with my brothers and my sister. So yeah, this of course is from Upper Deck. Give credit to see Upper Deck with a card game here. Upper Deck when card games don't go very well, if you know Upper Deck's history. But you know, I will give the benefit of the doubt. I did not think that we would see a Neopets game at all, Now this released on June 26th of 2024. I only got to know about it through August. And right now, when my local store actually started getting product in, so once again, I'd like to thank the owner, Scott, from Brownsburg Community LLC for, of course, having the product. I did buy 2 boxes. I actually bought 2 already, so I've already cracked 2 boxes. I have 1 of each starter deck. So, yeah. So again, I cracked 2 boxes, so I kind of know what's in here. I know what I'm kind of looking for. I nearly have playsets of everything. If you don't know, Neopets is very different. You only need playsets of every 2 cards besides the fairies, where you only need 1 copy of each fairy, because that's all you can include in your deck is 1 of each named fairy, 2 of each item. And then, of course, in your Neopet deck, you can only have 1 of each Neopet, named Neopet, no matter what their color is. You can only have 1 named. Then you get a rainbow deck, which is 10 cards that basically associate with your Neopet, like your rainbow pet or your ghost pet or right now your fairy pet. So you just paint them all up. Now again, that's all what Neopets were. I think I vaguely remember enjoying Neopets, but what really, of course, dragged me into the game was the dice. So I've already well invested in it. Looks like set 2 drops in November, but yeah, I think that's enough talking. You didn't come here to listen to a whole spiel. I'm actually really excited to try this game out. I'm probably going to do a video later in the future to give my full thoughts on this. Yeah. We got 2 boxes. So far, the 2 boxes I opened should give you 1 UR. So far, on average, I got 1 UR and 1 rainbow pet. Now, I don't know. Maybe there is a possibility that you get 3 URs. Trying to see. Okay, so it says here on the back, the box contains a random assortment of 448 Neopet Battledome trading card game. This box contains 24 packs. Each pack comes with 8 cards, 3 commons, 1 rare, common, 1 rare, 1 Codestone foil. Codestone foil, basically you get 3 commons and you get a foil card, and then you go with super rare and then or higher, and then 2 rares and 1 Codestone. You can collect 100 common cards, 80 rare cards, 40 super rare cards, 5 ultra rare cards, 4 secret rare cards, which basically your secret rares are that is basically your really good fairy, the Queen of Fairies, Jadora, I believe the main man himself right here, Judge Hog, and that would be Khan the Unstoppable. I know there's a Blade, and then there's 20 rainbow cards, which is basically your pets, and then you can get 6 virtual code cards and 9 Codestones. Yeah, I don't really see everything here. I think people said on average it's about 2 to 3 of the high rarity stuff. But yeah, of course, you don't, of course, if you're getting the game, you will need, of course, a starter deck. There are two. I do have one right here. I picked up the Fire one. This is Starter Arcana. This is the other one. Basically, pick up one of each, and basically you have a playset of everything in here, and then you could play like a Fire Starry mix of Neopets, which is pretty nice. So yeah, you'll need it because it gets you the dice, it tells you the rules and all of that. So without further ado, let's crack it. Now, very interesting enough about these boxes is we start with this one. They actually have tape on the front of these. So after you open the cellophane, then you have to open a little piece of tape in the front. And, you know, that's a kind of an interesting thing. I don't think I remember most boxes taping themselves after the cellophane, but maybe I just haven't opened enough product. But anyways, like I said, I'm looking about 2 to 3, the ultra rares. I think one of which might be like a guaranteed rainbow. But what my hope is, my physical hope, is that we get to see a Ghidorah or a Queen of Fairies. I can play Neopets without either of those characters, don't get me wrong, but Ghidorah makes Ghost really, really strong, and Queen of Fairies makes fairy strategies. I'm also looking for Naya, a fairy that basically allows you to search your deck for paintbrushes, because again, I'm like missing some stuff. Now, one thing you'll notice, there's no difference in the pack art here. There's nothing different, so there's no real change. You just get this Mr. Judge Hog. The one thing is that for some odd reason, instead of a rip tab that most card games have, it's a, you literally have to pull it apart and pray and hope you don't binge your cards. But yeah, also there's all the information on the side of here. Yeah, congratulations. No exact card ratio guaranteed to exist within any individual pack or box. Okay, well, so far I have seen basically two URs per pack box, or a UR rainbow. All right, what do we got? We got Cataris, one, of course, Poggle, one Ashari. Now, I will say, like, the foiling on the cards is kind of hard to see. For, like, the foiling here, as we see a Mako stone. You have to kind of spin it around the light to kind of pick up the foiling there. We got Ghidorah's Wand. I'm glad to see this. I was missing one more Muka to my collection. So Ghidorah's Wand, of course, is the UR. Now, to tell which these, the SR, they're actually printing on the side. You have to like squint your eyes onto the side here of the card. I'm going to try to get it without my camera having a spasm attack. Okay, no, camera. Okay, but it's right here, right there. This would say SR on it, so you kind of know what this is. So it's an SR, Ghidorah's Wand. We got a Nova Blade, and we got a Lu. Like I said, you get 3 commons. You get a couple of Neopets, basically one of the same colors. So here we got both the reds, and then we got Muka, Nova Blade, and Lu. So, or Codestone. So honestly, just to let you know, Codestone is, there's 3 different phrases. You got your draw, your training, basically, if you're not from Pokemon or anything like that, like your charge phase from DBS, Pokemon, basically your charge phase from DBS. You have to charge or you miss the phase. So you get a training phase, so you train these up because your Neopets all have, here I'll show you, so this is their attack, their defense, and then their speed stat, their agility, and then you have your health up here. So basically you put a Codestone here, and then depending on this attack is how many dice you roll. Defense is how many defense your opponent rolls, and then your agility, if you're higher, depending on the difference between your opponent and your agility, is how many dice you get to reroll. So I think it's really, really cool. I think it's a very unique mechanic for how to exactly attack. You don't see many TCGs out there like utilizing dice, if I'm being honest, unless it's Dungeon Dice Monsters from Yu-Gi-Oh! All right, we got Gilbert. Let me actually zoom in for you all so you can get a better picture. There, that's a much better picture than the first pack. The Bank Manager, Techo. Ooh, the Shield of Fairyland. I did need another copy of that. Scorcho. This, of course, is the painted pet. So a painted pet, it will always tell you via this little wand up here, or this paintbrush. That's what paintbrush you need to use. Not every pet has a painted form. Not every pet has a rainbow form. Not every pet has a like fairy form here. And then of course you'll see it's fairy. And then we got Punching Bag Bob, the Purple Blob Potion, and a Mew Codestone. All right, I did need another, I think, a Shield of the Fairyland. There's a few cards I'm hunting out in here because I am missing like some playsets of them. even though there's like 2. You got Uki Berry Elixir. It's a literal cow. Scorcho, Shorio. Hey, look, there's a fairy paintbrush. And hey, we did get this, funny enough, here's a Scorcho. Now, it doesn't matter what color the Scorcho is. You could just paint any color Scorcho as long as the name's Scorcho, and you got a fairy brush in your hand. So that's kind of hilarious. We actually drew the brush there too. All right, so we got the fairy paintbrush. We got Linny. This one is a fire, so you'll need the fire brush to paint it up. Blue's Scorchstone, and then a Avo Codestone. All right, we got the Parent Devil. He's gonna steal your pants. Zafara, Loop, Hilbert. Now the Hot Dog of Justice. So this is like the only like hand trap physically in the game right now. So when your opponent plays a legend, legend being like the other characters in Neopia, you just negate it. There's a hot dog in this game that will negate the Hot Dog of Justice. Now food's very unique. Because the fact you can play it at any time. Typically on your turn, you can only play a card a turn. Food is instant, so you can play it on your turn or your opponent's turn. And yeah, so you can only play 1 card a turn. And if you can see these little numbers up here, your Neopet has to have so many Codestones under it to use this. So basically, think of each Codestone as a level. Your Neopet maxes out at level 5. So you need a level 3 Neopet on your board to play Hot Dog of Justice from your hand, which I had off. But anyways, Hot Dog of Justice. And then finally, Dr. Death, Cow Defender, and then the Taika. Next up, we got Mohawk, Chia, Crobat Defender, just a really good card. It's a 1-drop that literally draws you 2 cards. A Shiny Linny, an Iron Skeef, Blue Frost Cannon, Torcho, and Bree Codestone. Again, each of the Codestones are different. There's 3 different types of Codestone. You have your agility Codestones like Bree. Then you have your defense Codestones like Vo. And then you have your attack Codestones like Ma. So basically, you're kind of just wanting to build a good variety of Codestones in your deck. Now, Codestones are not limited, where typically a deck you're limited to 2 cards of each type in your deck. Basically, like 2 Iron Skeef, 2 Paintbrush, anything like that. The fairies are always limited to 1. But anyways, yeah. So Codestones are not that way. Otherwise, the game would be probably bad. We got 𝐂𝐒. We got Shield of Scorching. I actually really do like this card, Shield of Scorching. This is really neat card. Basically, you attach equipment. You can have up to 3 equipment attached to your Neopet. This equipment is really nice because if you take damage, your opponent, you deal your damage 1 opponent. A Poggle, a Shiny Zoro, a 𝐂𝐒 Fairy, a Jub Starry. Again, this one you need the Starry Brush to paint up, which again I showed you in the starter deck was a Starry, so you got the Starry Brush in there. 1 of them, so there is another. You can get Starry Brush and the Fire Brush in the set as well. Battle Fairy Shield and an Echo EO Codestone. We got Cow, Green Cow, Cherish, Asha, Shiny Taika, a Caveira's Marvelous Potions, a Shield of Fairyland, Uzuru, and then Oran Codestone. I will say though, Upper Deck needs to fix these packs. They need to be rip taps. Exploding Potion. Potions, of course, are very unique. There is some really good potions in this game, especially the ones that go with ghosts, like Ghidorah's Potion and the Blob Potion, which discarded will actually deal 2 damage, but this is still nice too. I mean, although you do have to roll to see whether or not you do the damage. Linny, Usel, a red hollow Usel, a black winged. I did need another copy of this guy. This guy's like really good. Ghost Loop. This is my first Eyes of Dark, by the way. This is the first one. I've opened 2 boxes and he's the first Eyes of Dark I got. But nonetheless, happy to see him. And then a Bree Codestone. We got Caveira herself. We got an Eerie. We got an Ixie. We got a Hollow Cherise. We got a Sergeant Brexis. We got a Shield of Reflection. We got a Masked Intruder and an EO Codestone. I would like to say one thing. This is actually a really good card to play with like Judge Hog in the set. A Judge Hog is a 5. He can just basically search any Defender. Defender is the symbol up here, and then play it for free. Judge Hog is really good because he reveals the top 5, and you just get to play absolutely everything he reveals. Camouflage Hot Dog, Charu, the Pant Devil Evil Twin, Battle Fairy Shield Hollow, Techo Fairy, Bloodberry Elixir, Ghidorah's Cursed Coin, and an Oran Codestone. All right, we only have one more pack on one side of the box. So we got Mohawk, Red Scorchstone, Exotalk, Mohawk. Balthazar is actually really good. I would play him at 1 in a lot of decks because he just targets your opponent's fairy and just takes it. Grindo's Warehouse is the little code you can redeem basically if you play the game. I'm not going to give you that. But anyways, we got then a Fire Paintbrush and a Har Codestone. I think the first time we're seeing this one. But yeah, Balthazar is just really good because he just steals your opponent's fairy and then you get to use that fairy. So like if your opponent has a Ghidorah up, you can just steal their Ghidorah and then just start doing stuff with it. So I think that's pretty neat. Last pack on the first side of the box, we got the Hot Dog! But yeah, again, food is instant. You can play it any time. It just draws 1 card. 𝐒𝐍𝐿, 𝐒𝐓𝐃, Eerie, and we got our first rainbow, a rainbow loop. It does look like it's textured. There is a very faint amount of texturing on there, but yeah, very happy to see this. That is a rainbow pet. We got a Diamond Hot Dog, we got a 𝐒𝐍𝐿 Starry, and then we got a Z Codestone. So once more, just a look at that nice looking loop. I got a sleeve here, putting the loop in the sleeve for protection. All right, let's see if what UR we can pull in the box. Ixie, Shop Wizard, Scorcho, Torcho. Oh, good, I needed this. Commemorative Battle Fairy Axe. I was missing this. I do want to play an equipment-based deck. And the fairy equipments are very neat because if they're just revealed, they just attach themselves. Now again, this is a 5, so I would need a Neopet with 5 Codestones. And currently right now in the game, you can only attach a Codestone a turn. So hopefully we'll see more ways to attach Codestones a little faster. Iriiki, Ghidorah's Cursed Sword, and then Oran Codestone. Next up, we got Cow, Chia, Sonia, Shiny Shield of Scorching. I did need another Vera. This is actually a really good card. So you could just target a card in your discard, just straight up play it. A 𝐑𝐄𝐋 Starry, a Duelist Dagger, and then a Har Codestone. We got Walkie, Battle Hammer, Jub. I know people say Jub isn't great, and I will agree he isn't good, but the Jub that has 14 power and like 5 defense isn't bad because in my opinion, just like setting up with like a Jub for multiple turns with like a Shield of Scorching on him, as someone pointed out, is basically just really good, and it's a hard thing for your opponent to out. Lenny, we've seen our first ghost, ooh, spooky, a ghost loop. Orig the Great. You can search your deck for Defenders of Neopia legend and add it to your inventory. This is my first one of him. This is also my first 𝐿 Fire, and then a Lu Codestone. Next up, we got Moichi, Manucci, or Walkie, Bruce Avenger, the Hot Dog, Harry and Bloopum. This is good. I needed another Harry and Bloopum for my collection as well. So this is really good because you reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, add any Codestone, reveal this way to your inventory, return the Raining Bond deck. But he's really good also in the fairy like equipment deck because all the fairy equipments typically will reattach to a Neopet of the level, and then basically because it's revealed, and he just reveals. So it's really nice. Fiora's Elixir, Ghidorah's Crystal Ball, and then a Maw. We got Teko, Chia, Zafara, a Shiny Jub Starry, a Jade Scorchstone, Amulet of Chaos, the Angry Tax Beast. I do want to try to work with something like of hand control. I don't think it's like great, but we do have 2 Tax Beasts and Angry Tax Beasts that do control hands, and we do have a guy that shuffles your opponent's hand directly into the deck and makes them redraw, but yeah. And then we have Bo Codestone. We got Cow, the Tax Beast. Hey, we just saw the Angry Tax Beast, now we got normal Tax Beast. We got Scorcho, a Hollow Z Codestone, another Fairy, Eerie Fairy, Ridiculously Heavy Battle Hammer, a Starry Poggle, and then a Taika. Next up, we got Teko, Z-Talk, Loop, a Hollow Z-Talk, and we got the man himself, Mr. Judge Hog. I did need at least 1. Now, some decks can play 2, and it would be nice to see a second one. I will take 1. Anyways, like I said, he is a UR. To reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, you may play any number of those cards revealed this way and add the remaining to your inventory. So just just use all the cards you want to use as long as you meet the requirements of your level of your Neopet, and then just claim everything else. Just really good card. I am glad to have a copy of Mr. Judge Hog. He's gonna judge you. Purple Sticky Hand. This is the one where I said it. 𝐂𝐍𝐶𝐂. This is the one where you shuffle. Both players place all the cards from inventory at the bottom of their deck, and then both players draw cards equal to the cards they place this way. So yeah, again, hand control, and then a Maw Codestone. But again, the best part, Judge Hog. He's judging you. He is the law. Yes, he is the law. And of course, if you're a big fan of Judge Dredd. Corbat Defender, Shoru, Shield of Scorching, Lupe. Oh, good, I pulled her. Oh, man, 2 boxes. I did not pull her. I need 1 of her. Naya is basically just really good for all decks. When you play this card, you may search your deck for a paintbrush, any paintbrush. Right now, we only have Starry, Fire, the Rainbow, Ghost, and Fairy. To your inventory. Your rainbow, so basically, your Rainbow Pool Neopets, basically that's the Neopets you paint up, gain +1 attack, 1 defense, and 1 agility permanently. That's just like a continuous buff as long as she's there. And if your Neopets are painted with a rainbow paintbrush, typically that's what you do with your player to get the rainbow paintbrush, and then you paint one of your Neopets rainbow. Gain additional attack, defense, and agility. So basically your rainbows get 2 attack, 2 defense, 2 agility. Your normal, anyone that's not painted rainbow gets 1 attack, 1 defense, 1 agility. But yeah, you only need 1 of her because the fairies actually in deck building can only max out at 1 per copy. That's why you only need 1 Jadara. Basically the big hype card everyone wants, Jadora. Queen of Fairies, you only need 1 of her because again, she's another hype card. She's one of the 2 harder, I think, URs to really pull from the set, but everyone's hunting them because again, they're really good. Personally, if I never got one, that's personally fine, but I would like at least a Jadora because I think ghost strategies are really good. But nonetheless, I'm glad to have her in my collection now. She basically is very much needed. Jadora's Bewitched Ring, Captain K, and a Taika Codestone. We have 3 packs left after this. Let's see if we can get our hands on maybe another UR. Lenny, Hot Dog, you sell a hollow Blue Frost Cannon. This is really nice because freezing in Neopets is actually really good because freezing means your opponent can't attack. Superior Shield Reflection, I did need a copy of this. It's much like Scorching, but the aspect is that when you, during your opponent's battle phase, while calculating damage for every critical success, so to block damage in your game, a 4+ is a success in the game. So every 4+ is a success. If you roll a 6, which on their die is a star, it's a critical damage. You cannot stop critical damage. Now, the fairies do have a way to do that via one of their shields can block critical damage as if it was normal damage. But typically criticals always go through. But what's really nice about this is that if you do hit a critical success, you deal 2 damage to your opponent's Neopets in return. So really nice. Ucell Defender, I was kind of looking for one of these. It's just a literal draw 4. So you just can't go wrong with a draw 4. Blade of the Battle, Fairy, and then a Vo Codestone. Next pack, we got Charisse, Eerie, Mohawk, a Hollow Corbat Defender, a Ashiri Ghost, a Scorcho Starry, a Freezing Potion, and then a Bree Codestone. Alright, we only have 1 more pack after this. We got Shuro, Shiru, Hubert, Linny, Shiru, Blue Hollow, Mammoth. This is really nice. Cow Defender does the exact same thing. Basically, you're given an additional attack with your Neopet. So I could see almost like doing a strategy of just like having a bunch of attacks happen. And Sheeny, Ghost, Loop Shield, and then Echo Codestone. This is the last pack of this set. We got, or this box, Slippery Floor Potion, Mochi, Zafara, a Hollow Vo Codestone, a Monochi, Ghost, then a Lady Frostbite. Hubert Special Dog is the way to negate any food item, but this is the way to negate Hot Dog of Justice. And then a Z Codestone. So yeah, we didn't end up with 3 URs, but again, that's typically how my boxes have been. 1 Rainbow Pet to 1 UR. I'm glad I haven't seen any duplicates yet on the URs. But yeah, I wanted the Judge Hog, and I'm glad to get another one of the rainbow pets. Like I said, every pet currently in the game has a rainbow. Not every pet has a ghost. Not every pet has a fairy. I'm not sure if... I don't think every pet has a fire, and I don't think every pet has a starry. But still, having a Judge Hog is very, very nice. Glad to see this is really good. Again, you can even, like I said, as we were talking about an interaction with one of the holo cards. Now, if I can find him. Right, Sergeant Brexus. I mean, Sergeant Brexus can literally go get Judge Hog. You play Judge Hog basically on your 4 instead of your 5. So, either way, really cool. Really cool. And a little side note before we start the next box. If you're enjoying the content, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you can notify my videos go live for you. We're doing DBS Fusion World content. We got Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel Masochist content. Of course, I do every now and then these box opening contents. Again, I'm going to do discussion over the Neopets Battledome TCG, that give you my thoughts on all of that, and of course, everything else that comes under the sun, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Testing once a month. We do every other week, Marvel Snap content. So yeah, you definitely want to subscribe. So as we start with the first pack of the first box, let's see if the trend continues. 1 UR, 1 rainbow pet. Exploding Potion, Jub Jub, Poggle, Holo Scorcho, and second Superior Shield of Reflection, really nice. Again, everything is a 2 of, so I'm not mad about getting my playset. 𝐂𝐒𝐒, Duelist Dagger, and then a 𝐂𝐒 Codestone. We got 𝐒𝐍𝐉𝐎𝐘, 𝐒𝐔𝐄𝐒𝐒, 𝐂𝐒𝐒, a Holo Explode Potion, another Balthazar, 𝐷 the Great, a Fire 𝐕𝐃𝐒, and an 𝐵RI Codestone. We got Camouflage Hot Dog, Massini, the Pant Devil Evil Twin, Lenny, Fairy 𝐕𝐃𝐒, that's the first time I'm getting a Fairy 𝐕𝐃𝐒, Fiora's Elixir, Jidora's Crystal Ball, and EO. Again, I'm looking for either a Jidora or a Queen of Fairies. I prefer to have the Jidora, but I don't think a Queen of Fairies is all that bad. Either one would be great to have right now, and then I just need to hitty up and buy the other one. Eerie, Red Scorchstone, Loop, a Holo Diamond Hot Dog, and then there's the Ghost Brush. So basically we're just seeing a Rainbow Brush. Amulet of Chaos, the Angry Tax Beast, and an Orn Codestone. We got Minchi, Castellaris, Waki, a shiny 𝐂𝐒. Again, the holos need to be a little more defined there, upper deck. Iron Skeeth, Ridiculously Heavy Battle Hammer, a Starry Poggle, and then a 𝐴𝐻 Codestone. We got a Chia. I guess apparently, you know, Chia Pets and Neopets was happening about the same time that Chia Pets was coming in popularity. So apparently, I guess there was a lawsuit on this one. I learned that today on the internet. Slippery Floor Potion, a Loop, a Chia. We did get a UR here, not the UR I kind of was looking for. Blade of Ultranova. It's a little sad. But again, I did actually need another one of this. This actually is kind of good for a strategy where you just basically do indirect damage to your opponent. But again, I would have liked the Jidora, but you know, a Blade of Ultranova isn't half bad. Purple Sticky Hand, Kasu Lee, and then a Z Codestone. Next up, Mohawk, Shop Wizard, Ucel, Zafara, the Breadmaster. This guy is really good. You just need to have the hand to facilitate him. But anyways, you shuffle 3 cards via Endor into your deck, search your deck for 1 card and play it. 1 card, any card, and play it or either add it to your inventory. Really nice. Jidora's Bewitched Ring, Captain K, and EO Codestone. Next up, we got 𝐂𝐒𝐒, Jub Jub, Zafara, Jidora's Cursed Coin Holo. We got a Sergeant Brexus, a Ucel Defender, a Blade of the Battle Fairy, and then an Oron Codestone. Next up, we got Siona, the Battle Hammer, Gilbert, a Holo Cow, a Scorcho Fairy, a Scorcho Starry, talk about that for a back, Freezy Potion, and then a 𝐴𝐻 Codestone. Next up, we got Hot Dog, Techo, Bruce Avenger, the Tax Beast, the Blade of Supernova, and then its upgraded form, the Blade of Ultranova. This deals A damage, this deals 2 damage. And again, they're just rolls and you just need the success and you deal 1 damage, 2 damage. And then we have a Sheena, Ghost, Loop, Shield, and a Lu Codestone. We have one more pack on our first side of the box. We got Gilbert, we got Shuru, Waki, Vo, Marina. This is another fairy. There's also the Soup Fairy in here, and there's also a Shayna, but I already got the Soup Fairy, and I already got the Shayna. I already got Marina as well, but when you play a potion that requires you to roll die, all results are treated as a success. Basically, you can just gimmick her for a whole turn where basically all your potions are active at all times. So I think there could be something unique with playing that. Lady Frostbite, Hubert's Special Hot Dog, and a Vo Codestone. Last pack for the first side of the box, we got Lenny, Tax Beast, a Shayna, a Hollow Fire Paintbrush, a 𝐂𝐒 Fairy, Uriki, Jadora's Curse Blade, and a Ma Codestone. First pack on the other side of the box, we got Shuru, Hubert, Lenny, a Hollow Camo Hot Dog, Harry and Bloopum, Lenny, Blue Scorchstone, Oron, and Codestone. We got Gilbert, a Sheena, 𝐂𝐒 𝐄𝐄, Fairy Poggle, I think this is my first Fairy Poggle too, which is pretty nice. Ghost Lupe, a second Eyes of Dark, okay, well I place-setted that in this boxes, and Z. I will say the most hilarious part about this is that I was missing some cards and some playsets of cards in the game with just 2 boxes, but now look at me now. I have like playsets of cards now, and playsets of cards I didn't even have when I originally were going through it. Okay, we got the Bank Manager, Poggle, Uxaberry Elixir, Kavara. Talk about a very interesting selection of cards here. We got Kavara Hollow, and then we got Kavara's Marvelous Potions Hollow. Pretty funny. Shield of Reflection, the Masked Intruder, and then a Lu Codestone. Slippery Potion, Massini, Zafara, Shuru. That's a new card I haven't seen. I have not seen the Lenny Fairy, the Peacock, where most fairies become little people with little wings and fairy wings. No, he becomes a peacock. He's already bird, I guess, but anyways, it's pretty neat. Dr. Death. I think there's almost something uniquely to do about him. I haven't really thought about the strategy. What he does is he adds all your equipment and codestones on your side of the battle dome, except your fairies, by the way. Your fairies go to the void. They actually don't go to like your trash or your graveyard or anything like that. They actually go to a void location. So think of like a banish zone if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh player. But yeah, so he just basically nukes off your pet. Now the winning condition in this is that you're going to take your Neopet. I'll just grab this loop. You're going to have a deck of 5 Neopets like we said, and then your Neopets are going to fight, and then whoever wins gets to put their Neopet like this, and then whoever loses gets to put their Neopet like that. It's a best for each like game. It's a best 2 out of 3 to whoever punches 2 of your opponent, whoever wins 2 of the 3 battles. So basically you want to see 2 of your Neopets this way, your opponent needs to see 2 of this. But again, it can be very interesting. So very unique mechanic on how to win. Cow Defender and then a Hard Codestone. But yeah, finish up. He basically does kill you and hurt you, but the ability to add all your Codestones and your equipment back to your deck on a character that basically might not be all that great, or maybe it's your first game, isn't bad. Again, you do need 5 Codestones to play him, unless you can get another way to manipulate him out for free. But yeah, nonetheless, I think he's unique. I don't know what to do with him just yet. I think there's strategies you could play with him. Well, maybe not right now, but maybe if there's something about like death and resurrections and stuff like that, maybe there is something you could do with him. Again, this is the first set overall, so I mean there isn't all these different unique strategies. While you could play Ghost and Fairy, there aren't like strategies to overreduce your Codestone count and all of that. So we'll have to see what happens. Ixie, Sharp Defense, Sharp Wizard, Scorcho, Pant Devil's Evil Twin Hollow, a Jade Scorchstone, Blue Frost Cannon, Torcho, and then a Lu Codestone. We got Cow, Chia, Sonia, Nova Blade, Blackwing, Jub Starry. I've not seen a Jub Ghost yet. Battle Fairy Shield, and a Z Codestone. Next up, we got Waki, Battle Hammer, Jub, Echo, EO Codestone Hollow. Hey, look, there's the Jub Ghost I was talking about. Anyways, this is really nice because, again, in a Ghost strategy using that Flaming Shield, being at your 7 defense and being at your 14 health, it's going to take a lot to knock you out. So having the Scorch Shield on you basically means your opponent's eating a lot of damage trying to punch this Jub. Now, you're not very strong, but again, and you're not very agilitous, but again, you do have the Ghost ability to discard stuff. So the Ghost and the Fairy have unique abilities. I should explain that. Rainbows don't, and neither do the Starry and the Fire pets. But Ghost can basically, you discard a card from your inventory. Your inventory is your hand to gain either 2 power or 2 defense, and that's during either player's turn. A Fairy does the exact same thing, except Fairies are in the battle phase. So Fairies are during either player's battle phase. Both are during battle phase, but instead you place a card from the top of your inventory to gain 2 attack or 2 defense. So Fairies are placing cards on top of your deck to basically get 2 power, 2 attack or 2 defense, and then Ghosts are just pitching cards from your inventory to gain 2 attack or 2 defense. Shield of the Fairyland, Uzoro, and then a Vo-Codestone. Next up, we got Eerie, Jub, the Pant Devil, Ucel, Starry Hollow. We got a second committed Battle Fairy Axe. Really nice, actually. Glad to see that. Needed 2 of these. Bloodberry Elixir, Jadora's Cursed Coin, and a Maw Codestone. Next on the line, we got Techo, We Talk, Loop, Eerie Hollow, Ucel, Ghost. This is the new one as well. Gyarados Warehouse, Fire Paintbrush, and a Vo-Codestone. Now, folks, there is, of course, the Rainbow Paintbrush in this set, as well as the Starry Paintbrush in this set, so I just haven't pulled them. We got 3 packs left here. We got Corbat Defender, Ashuru, Shield Scorching, Ixty, another Mohawk. Unfortunately, I already have a Rainbow Mohawk. Unfortunate. Another, I already got 2 of these now. Can only have 1 of them, so a little sad I got a duplicate Rainbow, but oh well. Nice to see it. Diamond Hot Dog, Ucel Starry, and then a Tyke Hot Codestone. Again, it's a little sad I had the Mohawk Rainbow. I could have taken any other Rainbow, really. Oh well. A Rainbow's a Rainbow nonetheless, so that does mean that we got our UR Rainbow at least. So maybe we get lucky and get another UR per box. Next up, we got Lenny, Hot Dog, Ucel, Bree, Veery, Muka, Nova Blade, and 𝐒𝐿. All right, folks, this is it. So let's see. We should have, it should be 3 commons. I'm trying to feel, yep, there's no UR in here. Unfortunate. Cheery, Eerie, Mohawk, a Muku, a Mammoth, a Hollow Muku, a Mammoth, Punching Bag Bob, a Purple Blob Potion, and a Bree Codestone. Well, that's pretty much it. Overall, we averaged exactly how my 2 boxes were. My first 2 boxes. I got another Mohawk. It's a little sad I got another Rainbow pet I already own. And the Loop, which is a new Rainbow pet for me. And then again, I got Blade of Ultra Nova. I will not complain about this. I did need another copy of this, but honestly, I was hoping for Jadora or Queen of Fairies. And I am glad to at least see the Judge Hog. I at least need 1 Judge Hog in my collection. This is about like $7, I think, online. Again, the weird part is also TCG Player doesn't have these card prices yet, so you have to go to eBay to pick everything up. And right now, like, Jadora is going like for $100 on eBay. Not saying that that's too bad of a price for a single fairy. I don't know. I wish TCG Player was around, then I'd be better off the feeling, well, maybe if she really is $100. But yeah. Nonetheless, I am glad, besides the already owned Rainbow Mohawk, I actually opened 2 cards, 2 new cards, and then a card actually I kind of do need a second of, just because this equipment is just so good for indirect damage. But yeah, you can let me know all your thoughts down in the comments. Of course, these 2 boxes did, of course, give me a lot of other cards I need. Like I said, I can build decks without the Fairy, Queen of Fairies, and without Jadora. So maybe I'll pick one of the both up at some time on secondary market. I'm not 100% sure just yet, but I can play decks without either of them. Again, Fairies being one of, sometimes you got to find stuff. But honestly, I also didn't play set a lot of cards, so there are still a few cards I'm missing that I have not play setted yet. So interesting. But again, it's 448 cards, so I'm not surprised. But out of 4 boxes, I did play set almost everything. But with that, let me know all your thoughts down in the comments. and we'll see you here next time on Mama Dragons TCG.